Hello friends, today I am bringing you a review of Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. So this book follows Yadriel, who is a trans boy living in a community of Bruix, and his family lives in a cemetery, and they like the tradition of the Bruix, the Brujas and the Brujos, is that the men of the community, the Brujos, are like the warriors who will like, because all the Bruix can see the spirits that live in the cemetery and are part of the Bruix community. And so it's their job to kind of watch over the spirits and make sure none of them go maligno, which is like when a spirit has been around too long and they turn evil. So they are kind of the protectors of the community, and that is traditionally their role. And then the Brujas use like chicken blood and things like that to heal. And they were able to do a lot more, like the whole community was able to do a lot more in the past, but now the magic has been kind of watered down, so they can only do so much. And Yadriel wants to be confirmed as a Brujo. And that is one of the most interesting things about this book. So Yadriel is, at the start of the book, he's trying to do the ceremony to prove that he is a Brujo and not a Brua to his family. And then he accidentally summons the wrong ghost. And that is the character of Julian. And so Yadriel and Julian's relationship, interactions, is the main draw to this book. And one of the reasons that I think a lot of people are going to pick this up, because it is a trans gay ghost romance mystery. But actually the romance to this book was one of the least interesting parts about this book to me. I think the most fascinating part about Cemetery Boys for me was the fact that the story was intrinsically tied to Yadriel's transness in a way that it wasn't necessarily like a coming out story, because Yadriel has been out to his family for a while, which is like, it's really wonderful to see just kind of like an LGBT narrative where the focus is not necessarily on the coming out, but more on the acceptance side. I mean, we do see lots of that, don't get me wrong. But the way that it was done in this book, I think, is just so fantastic, because it's so tied to the magic and the fantasy, where Yadriel would not be trying to prove himself as a Brujo if he wasn't part of this like magical witch cemetery society. And that's another thing that I think I really enjoyed about this book, is it is very Latinx. Like it is very ingrained in the culture of that community. And just, I live in Los Angeles, and this book takes place in Los Angeles, and I think it has one of the most Los Angeles type vibes that I've ever read in a book. You get a really good feel for, like, you know, the streets at night, or just, I don't know how to describe it, just like the LA vibe really comes through in this book. So Yadriel has a really good friend, Maritza, and Maritza is a great part to this book. She wasn't in the book as much as I kind of wanted her to be, but the focus was definitely more on Yadriel and Julian, while there is this mystery going on. The introduction to the mystery was one of the most interesting parts of the book for me, so I won't spoil it for you. At the end of the day, I really liked this book. Yadriel was definitely my favorite character. He just came across as so well realized and just very honest, and a lot of the struggles that he was going through really like resonated with me, because although I am not trans, I still am a part of the LGBT community. So a lot of those themes of acceptance and family really hit home in a really powerful way. I will have to say, the actual like romance part of the book was like well done, I will have to say. However, the middle part of this book did drag a little bit, and by the end, like the ending was fantastic and it all wrapped up together very nicely, but I almost wish that I had seen more of the kind of like magical system or the magic element a little bit more throughout, because the mythology that Aiden Thomas illustrates in this book is just so beautiful and vibrant, and I wanted to see more of it. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just I feel like the middle portion of this book spun its wheels a little bit too much, but it's so worth the read. I want a sequel. I want a series following Yadriel and the other Brooks community, just because they were so interesting to read about. And yeah, while I say that like the book did spin its wheels in the middle in regards to just kind of like the main plot, it did have fantastic character moments. So that's where I'm a little conflicted, because I wanted the plot to move faster, but I was like really enjoying the time that I was able to spend with the characters. So I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars because I very much enjoyed it. I really, really liked it. And yeah, so like there are maybe some nitpicks that I would have, like in regards to like that middle portion, but the beginning was so strong and the ending was phenomenal. And even though the middle was a little slow, there was so many good character moments and beats. I have so many quotes from this book like highlighted in the app that I used to read. So would I recommend this book? 100,000%. This is one of the most just like casual representations of transness in like books that I've seen in a while. And by casual, I mean it's part of the story, but it's not the whole story. The story is intrinsically about Yadriel's transness because he is a trans character and it is a part of him. However, it doesn't define like his story, if that makes sense. Like, he's allowed to be and exist in this cool magical community and have this epic ghost love story adventure type thing going on, and I loved that. And I want to see more of that. I cannot wait to read more of Aiden Thomas's works because I think that they are an amazing author, and I think just going forward, every book that they're going to publish is just going to be stronger and stronger. So that's all I have to say about Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. If you enjoyed this review, please subscribe to my channel for more reviews like this. Give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment below if you've read Cemetery Boys, or what are some other books with trans main characters that you recommend, because now that I've read some of these books with trans main characters, I just want more of them. I want more and more and more of them. And be sure to follow my socials down below for more updates about what I'm reading, what I'm going to do, what I plan on doing in the future. Thank you for watching me ramble for however long this video ends up being, and I will see you next time.